What is gun jumping? No, it's not a new sport or the name of the next movie in the James Bond franchise. Here, gun jumping is all about competition and merger control.
Gun jumping is a concept where the parties to an M&A deal go ahead and consummate a transaction without keeping the competition authorities in the loop. First of all, they have to notify the Competition Commission of India that we are entering into a M&A transaction above this threshold. If they fail to do that, then there is a violation. The other form of violation could be when they have notified the CCI, but they go ahead and consummate it without waiting for the CCI approval or the 210 days. So the law in the Indian case says that the standstill obligation is for 210 days.
India is not the only country that's tackling gun jumping. Many countries are imposing very high fines to discourage this practice. India too is not far behind. Over the years, the Competition Commission of India has levied penalties to many such transactions. Now, what does CCI do if parties are found to be gun jumping?
So the law has given sweeping powers to CCI to enforce compliance and avoid gun jumping in the Indian market. So there is a specific provision in the Competition Act. The 43A provision empowers the CCI to levy penalty on the infringing parties to a combination. Now, what kind of infringement will it frown upon? So the Section 6, subsection 2 requires the parties to notify the CCI. Suppose you fail to notify the CCI, then they will invoke Section 43A to levy the penalty on you. And the penalty, I told you, is quite stringent. It can go as high as 1% of the total turnover or the total assets of the combination.
There are many cases like the Jet-Etihad case, Hindustan Colas Private Ltd, UltraTech Cement Limited, Adani Transmission, Adani Green Limited, and Bharti Airtel. So why is it in the news now?
Gun jumping and the CCI's regulatory action is not something new. It has always frowned upon gun jumping, and Axis Bank is a large private sector bank. So when CCI finds Axis Bank to have violated its provision, it does make news, right? Because Axis Bank is a listed entity, and there are investors who are keen to understand why CCI has done what it has done. Axis Bank took some 9.9% stake in CSE e-governance, which is a government-backed entity, and they failed to inform the CCI about this. So later, they issued show cause why action cannot be taken against you, for which Axis Bank had come back and said it was a bona fide error of judgment. We thought that the threshold for trigger of notification was not met, and therefore we did not go ahead and notify the commission. So, for which CCI said the intent doesn't matter if the provision is violated. And since in your case there is a violation, we are going to levy a penalty on it.
So why is the competition authority very strict about the gun jumping practice?
Why? Because most jurisdictions, including India, are following an open market economy approach. M&As as an activity has just skyrocketed even in places like India. It's a mind-boggling number running into hundreds of billions of dollars. As a competition enforcing authority, it is the obligation on CCI to ensure that the market for M&As operate without stifling competition, and the M&A should not be against the interest of the consumers in the market.